Separatist fighters guard their positions close to the front line. The fighting has been intense here in recent weeks. The situation may be calmer in other areas of this region since the ceasefire was called, but the shelling continues not far from here. We're in the separatist-controlled town of Uglegorsk. It is one of the closest towns to Debaltseve. Now we're hearing both incoming and outgoing shelling, and that's despite this call for a truce. The separatists won't let us film their firing positions.
5 minutes after the ceasefire began, the Ukrainian army started firing towards us and towards residential buildings. Some people still live there, especially older people. I'm not sure how many died. We informed them in advance if they fired first we would respond, and that's why we are firing.
The fighters say the heavily fought over town of Debaltseve is not included in the ceasefire deal. The Ukrainian military say the separatists started the shelling after the truce began. A few kilometers back from the front line around Debaltseve, these men aren't fighting for the first time in weeks. They use the opportunity to train. Many of these volunteers had never used weapons like this until recently. They tell us to crouch down behind their makeshift blast wall before they throw their grenades. The tanks aim at targets in a distant field. There is a deep distrust of the Ukrainian army here.
We are training because it's a ceasefire, not a truce. There have been many ceasefires before. We don't believe in them anymore. Ukrainians have already broken them many times.
Most civilians have either been evacuated or left towns close to Debaltseve. The fighting in this area isn't over yet. Stratford, Al Jazeera, Uglegorsk, eastern Ukraine.